May 31st is the celebration of the day of Pentecost. This is the day when the Holy Spirit was poured out, as John the Baptist predicted in Luke 3:16, when John said, "I baptize you with water, but one who is more powerful than I will come, the straps of whose sandals I'm not worthy to untie, and he'll baptize you with the Holy Spirit and fire." Of course, John was prophesying that Jesus was the one who would baptize with the Holy Spirit. There are three simple thoughts I want to leave with you today as we come into this weekend where we celebrate the day of Pentecost. First is that Jesus wants to baptize every one of his followers in the Holy Spirit. The word baptize, or baptizo in Greek, it means to completely immerse. The image that comes to my mind is very similar to that of water baptism. It's an immersion in water. Well, the baptism of the Spirit is an immersion in the Spirit. To be baptized in the Spirit is to be overwhelmed, to be completely dipped or covered over, to be soaked, saturated in the Spirit. The second thought is connected to the biblical celebration of Pentecost. Jesus gave his followers the gift of the Holy Spirit on the day of Pentecost. In the Old Testament, the Feast of Pentecost was 50 days after Passover, 50 days after Easter for us in the New Testament. And it was the celebration and thanksgiving of harvest, because this was when the harvest was starting to be brought in. It was a celebration of thanksgiving for all of the abundant harvest that God had granted to them. Well, the symbolic connection is powerful. Jesus gave the Holy Spirit on the day of Pentecost because the Spirit would empower his followers for a spiritual harvest, to be effective witnesses through their preaching, through their spoken witness, and through the power upon them to heal the sick, cast out demons, open blind eyes, and even raise the dead. Well, the final thought I want to leave with you is that Jesus intended that we wait to be fully immersed in the Holy Spirit. In Luke 24, verse 49, Jesus said, "I am going to send you what my Father has promised, but stay in the city until you've been clothed or covered over, you've been clothed from on high." In other words, don't run about doing all kinds of things. Don't leave here and go out and get busy with your own stuff. Don't go and get all distracted with doing my work or, the things that are in your heart to do until you've received the gift of the Spirit to empower you for the work I've called you to. So my prayer for every follower of Jesus, for every pastor, for every person who's part of our district family, is that you will have an encounter with the Holy Spirit at this Pentecost. The Holy Spirit does not simply want to sprinkle his Spirit and his power upon you. He wants to totally immerse and clothe you, to cover you over, to overwhelm you with his Spirit, so that he's flowing through you like streams of living water. Even as Jesus spoke about the Holy Spirit would be like streams of living water flowing through our lives as he prophesied. I pray that you will experience the baptism of the Holy Spirit, just as Jesus' followers did on that first day of the Spirit's outpouring. May God bless you, and may you have an encounter with the living Spirit of God at this time.